Morning, I'm Coach Pollock. I coach the DBs here at Huntley High School. This is my third year on the varsity, and it will be my ninth year coaching football at Huntley High School. So basic DB stance, if you look at these guys, they're in a good athletic stance, eyes are up, back is kind of flat. And the other thing we tell these guys, we don't really care which foot is up. So whatever way they feel comfortable, they can have right foot or left foot. And then if you look, they're a little bit staggered, almost heel to toe, with our toe to our heel, not too far away, a little bit closer than normal. And again, good athletic stance, pretty much on the balls of their feet. And again, with their eyes up so they can see the quarterback. Okay, so with basic footwork now too, when they go to backpedal, so you guys go ahead and get your stance. So when these guys, on the snap of the ball, their first reaction is to backpedal. Because all of our DBs are going deep. They're our last line of defense, and they want to make sure that they don't get beat deep. So when we go on the snap of the ball, they slowly start to backpedal, pump their arms a little bit, and hold. And as you can see, their eyes are always on the quarterback. When we're in zone coverage, their eyes are always on the quarterback. They have to be able to see kind of the big picture. They have to be able to see the receivers, through the receivers, and to the quarterback. So their first reaction is always backpedal. And the only time they come up is when the ball crosses the line of scrimmage. Okay, so for run support, when these guys backpedal, so if they backpedal, so spread out a little bit here. So when Peter, we'll say Peter's our safety, he backpedals. Now, if the ball runs outside to this side towards Cam's side, he is always a contained player. So his job is to fight off the receiver blocking him. He fights through, and when he fights through, he rips through to the outside, and he contains, forces the ball back inside. And same thing with to the outside on the right. So if he comes out this way, Connor would fight through. If he goes to block, he dips his shoulder, gets around to the outside. And he always gives him his inside shoulder, that way he can't get blocked, and he can contain on the outside. Now with our safeties on run support, if Peter backs up, now if I take off running this way, Peter is what we call an alley fill player. So if Cam contains the outside and then I get forced back in, that's where Peter steps in. So Peter would step in, and again, he's fighting to the outside to force them back inside to the linebacker. So we kind of funnel everything back in towards the back. Now if our outside backer or our strong safety, he ends up getting beat outside, then Peter would come on the inside and replace. So basically our safety makes our inside guys correct. So wherever the alley fills or opens up is where our safety would fill on run support. Okay, so if you guys can come up. So now when there are passes, if you guys see passes, these guys will backpedal. And then anytime the ball is up in the air, we teach them to come up and go get that ball. So they high point the ball, they want to get the ball at its highest point because we don't want our receivers to jump up and catch the ball. If we wait for the ball, that receiver will cut in front of us and they'll catch that ball. So we always work on high pointing the ball, they come back, jump up, catch that ball at its highest point in their hands, and technically go. With our pass coverage, if we run a basic cover 3, we have 2 corners and we have 1 safety. And they, again, on the snap of the ball, they backpedal. The 2 outside guys, they have deep thirds on this side, and then Peter has the middle of the field. So these guys cover anything to the outside. So basically, from sidelines to hash, sideline to hash, and then Peter, again, has hash to hash in the middle of the field. So those guys cover thirds. So cover 1, 2, 3, and 3 deep, and then everybody else has underneath. Some of our basic drills that we run every day to warm up, and we do this all the time to get technique, footwork down. And again, we're not worried so much about their footwork in terms of which foot they're stepping with and which foot they're planting with. We're just worried about them getting used to backpedaling, planting a foot, and sprinting back towards the ball or back towards the line of scrimmage. So basically we start, they get in their stance, and our cues with this is when I say go, I pick up the ball, they start to backpedal, because this is their cue. Quarterback's got the ball up, and they backpedal. So when I say go, they backpedal, and then our other visual cue is when I let go with my hand, they break back down towards the ball, and we throw the ball. So again, when a quarterback goes to throw, he has to release one of his hands to throw the ball. They don't throw with two hands, or else that'd be pretty goofy. So our visual cue on the quarterback is when he drops back, right when this hand lets go of the ball, they break. So they plant that foot, so we'll do it again. So we say set hit, and right when I release, they plant that foot, and then they sprint back towards the ball, and we throw a ball to one of them. So we'll show you at full speed. So set hit. And as the coach, I kind of over-exaggerate that hand pull. That way they can get used to seeing that visual cue. We do that a couple times with each guy to get them loose, to get them backpedaling. And again, as you can see, they stay low in their stance, eyes are up, and then they plant that foot and drive and sprint back towards the ball. Then we'll go left, we'll go right. So we call it 45 degrees. So we'll go 45 this way. So I say set hit, open. They cut at a 45-degree angle back towards the ball. So that's working on, depending on where the quarterback is. If the quarterback's inside, that's working on getting to that slant route and kind of pushing to that slant route. Then we go 45 to our right, same thing. So I'd say set hit, open my hand, throw the ball, they catch and sprint. The next progression from there, we go 45 degrees, then we go 90. So we go 90, we'll go 90 this way. So now the visual cue with this is I say set hit, they backpedal. Now when I open my hips to my left, they will open 90 degrees to their right and follow me. So this way, then when I pull my hand off, they come through and we throw them the ball. So you guys just do it. Set hit, I open my hips, release the ball, they come back downhill, and they go all off of the quarterback. So quarterback opens his hips, they open that way, hand off the ball, they come back downhill. So we would go to the other direction. Hit. And these are more sharp cuts. We don't want anything rounded, because anytime we round any of these back pedals, we're wasting time. So we want everything to be sharp. When we open and then we plant, and we want to come straight back downhill, plant our foot and go, because we don't want to take any extra steps, because that slows us down. Now, basically our last one in our progression here is we're going to go 135. So we kind of open up. So this is more of a fade route, and you can do it two different ways. So we'll do it back down. So we'll go 135 to this way. Again, visual cue, I will open as a quarterback. Now they will drop back on the fade route. Now when I release, they will come back downhill. So it'll look like this. So hit. So they will come back downhill. So that's when they release. They're going to open their hips and they're going to drop deep. Again, if you watch them, they'll keep their eyes on me the whole time. Because anytime you lose track of the quarterback and you look away, then we don't know what the quarterback is doing. So this way, set hip. And we catch. And regardless of if you get the football or not, they always sprint back through. So that's 135 and back downhill, and then the last one we'll do is 135 on the fade. So we'll actually throw the ball a little bit deeper. So we'll go this way. So we'll throw it, and if it is short like that, you can see Cam comes back, catches it in his hands at the highest point, and sprints back through. And then we would do the same thing that way. And then one of the other basic drills we do is called the W drill. If you guys want to come down. So you can use cones with this. We use just the sideline, so we don't really need anything. So this is a very good drill, again, backpedaling, and when they backpedal, again, planting a foot in the ground and driving back towards the ball. So Cam will start on the 45, he will backpedal to about the numbers right in the middle. When he gets to about the blue line, he will sprint back to the next line, so it looks like a big W. So we say set hit, backpedals, plants a foot, drives, back to the 50, and he comes back through. You can do that over several different lines. And again, you can see his eyes are up, he keeps that good stance. And again, when he gets to his line or his cone, he plants that foot and sprints back. So those are our basic drills. We run those every day. The W drill we run maybe once a week. And again, just kind of reinforces their footwork, their back pedals, and all of that.